Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy February 26th, Wednesday, 3 p.m. EST, guys. Welcome to the call. Guys, on today's call, we're going to learn exactly how I passed my challenge account using TapToTrade step by step on this call. So if you guys can do me a favor, let me know in the chat box where you're calling in from, represent your city, your state, your country. We got Canada, Nigeria, UK, Toronto, Hungary, New York City, Netherlands, Mexico, Germany, Nigeria, Germany. Let's go. South Africa, New Zealand, UK, South Africa, Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, Pennsylvania. Guys, we're a global organization. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend your incredible Wednesday with us. And guys, look, I've been trading since 2016, and make no mistake that this prop firm that I passed is not the first challenge that I've passed. It's not the first time that I've been in the money with a prop firm. The only thing is, this time I did it without having to really do the analysis on my own. And that's why I really wanted to do this call, because I think that we have a very unique opportunity here. And for those of you who are guests on this call, I'm going to be speaking, and this is like your first exposure. I'm going to be speaking very, you know, um, transparently, but I'm also going to keep things very easy. Okay, I'm doing this for the newbies, the people who are just in our community, people who want to pass their challenge accounts, whatever the case may be. I'm doing this in a way to where it can really resonate with you. Okay, and I do want to say I've been trading since 2016. I understand the financial markets, but again, I did not use my own analysis to pass phase one and pass phase two. We're going to break everything down together as a family with each other. So, what I need for everybody to do is take your phones, your iPhones, and I need you to go and press this little button right here. Do not disturb. Okay. I want you to put your phones on do not disturb because I want you to focus 100% on this. Okay. That's step one. Step two, I need you guys to have your pen and paper out. Okay. So if you're taking notes on this call, type notes in the chat box. If you're taking notes on this call, I want you to type notes in the chat box. Okay. Notes. I want to see who's taking notes. If you're driving, please don't take notes. Okay. Get it from a friend. All right. We want you to be safe. Take notes. Okay. We want you to take notes. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to take notes on this call. We're going to pay attention. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pay attention. We're going to be relaxed. For the next 45 minutes, we're going to be wildly relaxed. Okay. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're just going to pay attention. We're going to focus on the information that's in front of us. All right. So before we get started, I want to ask you guys one more question. Who on this call has passed phase one or passed phase two? Drop a one in the chat box if you've passed any of your phases, whether it's phase one or phase two. Wow, we got a lot of passers on the call. A lot of passers on the call. I love it. Now, we're going to ask an uncomfortable question. Uh, if you failed phase one or phase two, if you breached your challenge, whether you were live, phase one or phase two, drop a two in the chat box if you have failed. And I hate that word failed. But look, we got some failures as well, or some lessons. We'll call them lessons. Okay. So guess what, guys? I'm part of one and I'm part of two. It's part of the process here for you to grow through the process. And the beautiful thing about this system here in Akashex is everyone who joins gets like a free challenge account. So drop a three in the chat box if you got a free challenge account just by enrolling in this community. There's a reason why I'm asking this question, okay, guys? Call's almost maxed out. We only have 15 seats available before we hit 500. So everyone here's got a free challenge account, okay? So I want to do a little mindset here before we talk about how I passed my challenge, but this is going to help you guys tremendously, okay? So normally, in a normal environment, you would have to go to this lovely website called tradexmastery.com, okay? And you'd have to go on tradexmastery.com, and I'm going to share my screen here. And you're basically going to go to TradeX and you're going to say, okay, I want to, trade. I want to do a 100K challenge account. Okay. You'd have to go pay $500 to start this challenge, right? Then after you pay $500 to start this challenge, then you have to basically go and pass the challenge. So like either you're going to pay someone to help you pass your challenge, you're going to use your own skills to pass your challenge, you're going to overpay for some crazy system to pass your challenge, whatever the case may be. And then you're going to have to get to like a live account, and then you're going to have to grow that account. And the process is it's very, very difficult. Okay. But the beautiful thing is with the system here at Akashex, guys, that whole step of you having to pay for a challenge account goes out the window. Okay. So, and that's beautiful. I think it's great that you're struggling with your 200K account because we're going to talk about that today on this call. So, you have to understand dynamically that you're paying, $179 to get started at Akashex, and then you're paying $149 a month. Okay. So, the reality is when you think about your investment into the ecosystem, or you pay for an annual pack, which is a great deal. Okay. You're paying to get into the ecosystem, but the reality is you have no financial risk in the game. Now, I'm not saying $149 is not a lot of money. That's not what I'm saying. Oh, wow, I guess this thing goes to 1,000 members. We're up over 500. So maybe, you know, um, if you look at your subscription, okay, $149 is a lot of money. Okay, it is. But the reality is you're not depositing 10,000 of your own dollars in a trading account. And now you're at war with the markets and the liquidity providers to see who gets that money, right? You are not paying 500, 1,000, or $100 to get a challenge account. You're given one for free. Okay. You're leveraging other people's money to win in the financial markets. The risk is on the prop firm. It's not on you. All you've done is paid a membership. I can guarantee you right now, if every single one of you allowed me to access your checking accounts, I would find $150 every month of frivolous spending, whether it's on Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Press, Paris Baguette, a taco, this, that, whatever. I can find it. You cannot tell me I cannot find it. I guarantee you, no matter where you are in the world, you could be in Afghanistan, the country that I'm from, where there's poverty is everywhere in that country. I can go to someone in Afghanistan, not everybody, and I can find people who are spending money recklessly. And in the grand scheme of things, guys, what are you really in what skin do you have in the game outside of being a student? Nothing. You have no skin in the game outside of being a student. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you here is take it easy. Take it and relax. Cigarettes and alcohol. People are spending more money. $12 for cigarettes in New Jersey, $15 in New York. Like it's crazy, right? So the reality is, why are you so vexed? Like, can someone tell me why, when you take a loss on your challenge account, why do you get so vexed? Like, let me know in the chat box why you're so pressed because you took a loss. I want to hear it from you guys. Like, I genuinely want to know when you hit a stop loss, what makes you so vexed? What makes you so pressed? What makes you so angry about taking a stop loss on a challenge account that you got for $149 for a subscription to be part of a community? I really want to find out. Like, and guys, please don't take my energy as anger. It's not. I'm very passionate about this industry. And I remember when I got started in this industry, guys, I had no help. When I got started, the brokers that were around there, you could only get started unless you deposited. Some were 2,000, some were 5,000. I had to take $5,000 out of my own pocket and put it in a broker. I had to send a wire transfer. And I was like, please, dear God, I hope I don't get scammed. And then guess what? I lost that money literally 48 hours after it was in my account. So please, I just really want to know because I want to speak to that. Nobody likes losing or being wrong. I love that answer. Okay. I want to pass and make money. I love it. Want progress, and it makes me feel like I'm not making headway. Many losses in a row, personal goals, freedom. Okay. So let's talk about wanting success, okay, and wanting growth. I want to say this again so you guys fully understand it. I've been trading since 2016. It's 2025. Guys, that's 9 years. Brent and Joel have been trading for many, many years. Do you think that they became profitable in their first 12 months? No. Impossible. there are some enigmas, man. I've seen some people in the industry, they come in and they swing hard, and I'm like, damn, that's a blessing. I'm happy for them. But they understood something about the game that you're not understanding right now. Okay. I feel like TTTs are not realistic. Great. We'll talk about that. Okay. You're feeling terrible about your. Okay, guys, stop typing in the chat and listen to my words. Please, I beg. Listen. You have nothing to be pressed about. The reason why you're frustrated is because you're not listening to the plan. See, guys, when I passed phase one, it took me like 34 trading days. I took every trade that I was available to take. That doesn't mean I took every trade. That means I took every trade that I saw with my eyes and that I was available to take. Right now, my phone is on do not disturb facing down. So if Joel or Brent or John Carlos or Abid sends a trade idea right now, I'm going to miss it. But if I was available, I would take it. But I'm taking every trade at a 0.25% risk. Now, let's see how good we are at math. Okay. If you are taking every trade at a 0.25% risk, how many trades in a row do you have to lose in order for you to breach your account? To do 5% in a 24-hour period? 20. You have to lose 20. To completely breach the drawdown watermark, you have to lose a lot more. Okay. So what I'm telling you guys is it's really not that deep if you listen to the plan. Now, I want to explain something else. When I passed phase two, I really paid attention to my numbers, and I'm teaching you guys step by step all I did. All I did was every time there was an alert, I pressed approve, and that was it. That's all I did. Okay. But I made sure to take every trade at a 0.25% risk. I passed phase two in 29 or 30 trading days at a 56.8. So we'll call it 57% win rate. So I barely won more than half my trades. Why is that possible though? Because I took every trade at a 0.25% risk. There was times where I was up $1,000 on my trading account, and then I'd come down to where I was only up $250. Okay. I'll explain my game plan, right? And then I was up $1,500, then down to 1,200. Then I was up to 2,000, then I was down to 1,500. Then there was one time where I was literally $200 away and I got greedy and I took more trades than I should have. Now, here's my plan. Okay, guys. My trading plan is very, very simple. If when Joel sends his trades for Asia, New York, London, let's say he sends us 3 TTTs, and I take all three. And let's just say 2 of them hit stop loss and then he calls another one. I won't enter because I've already lost 2. And I don't want to be down more than 1% on my account. So my rules are very simple. If I'm up 1% or if I'm down 1%, I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. Okay, guys? Literally, I'm done for the day. And I really don't want to even lose 1%. So sometimes if I'm down, even 0.5% or 3/4, I'm done. I'm not rushing it, guys, because the thing is, I understand that I got this challenge account for free. And even if it takes me 2 months to pass it, if I pass my, 10K account and it takes me 2 months to pass it, and then I get to a place where I can withdraw, let's say I grow the account 5%, 10%, and I can withdraw $1,000, I get 800 because of the profit split, right? I get 800. That is more than enough for me to pay myself back for the investment that I made to be part of this community. I could go spend $500 and get a 100K account and focus on passing that. Now I have leverage because I have a 10K live account that I can cash out from whenever I want. And now I'm growing my 100K account. Now my focus is to get my 100K account funded. Now, when my 100K account is funded, guess what? I'm going to go to get a withdrawal. And let's say I can get that thing up 2%. 2%. All I need is 2%. Now I withdrew $2,000, right? $1,800 coming my way. What am I going to do with that 1,800? I'm going to put $800 in Ali's pocket. I'm going to pay myself. I'm going to take $1,000. I'm going to put it in a live Trident trading account, and I'm going to start doing this. Now, my next move after this, my TapToTrade thing, is I'm going to start. I have my live account. I have another challenge account that I'm going to focus on passing. But now I'm going to start hitting up Rich's sessions and Brent's sessions. You see, guys, money is energy. Winning is energy. So if you're wrapped around your losses, all you're going to do is lose. You could talk to any successful person in the world, and they will tell you the reason why they've won and the reason why they're winning is because what? Because they understood that money is energy and success is a byproduct of just doing 1% a day over a long period of time to become successful. Guys, if you want to be financially free, if you want to be the most successful person in your family, you cannot rush success. You cannot compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 12. End of story, period. You cannot do it. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know the price that I've had to pay to even be where I'm at today. And I'm nowhere right now. I'm still on my journey. Okay, guys? You cannot understand the price that I've had to pay in order for me to be in the position that I've been today. Khabib Nurmagomedov said this like a few weeks ago, and I've probably said this like 10 times since I heard this. He said, look, anyone can compete and win in the UFC. Like people can come, they can even have a winning record, they can sell out arenas, they can make a lot of money. But like in order to be a champion and to be undefeated and to retain your belt and to defend your belt multiple times, you have to be willing to sacrifice. It's deeper than discipline. Like, what are you willing to sacrifice right now in order for you to be financially successful in Akashex? Are you willing to sacrifice Netflix? Are you willing to sacrifice going out with your friends? Are you willing to sacrifice showing up to that party? Are you willing to sacrifice even spending money and going on that trip? This is the process, guys, of being financially successful. And everyone has a different version of success. Your version of success could be, you know, uh, living in Thailand, on $800 a month, and you're doing that with your challenge account, and you get to live the life of your dreams because that's your dream. Joel's dream might be completely different than yours. He might want 10 Lamborghinis and a Ferrari and this and that, and good for him. Let him run his race and do what he needs to do to be motivated for what he wants to be motivated for. But there's three things you need to do right now. You need to get clear. You need clarity on how you're going to go through this journey. Number one, you're not going to be successful as a profitable trader in a month. It's not going to happen. Just letting you know this right now. If it happens, good on you. We hear stories. Someone passed in 3 days, 5 days, 6 days, 10 days. Again, comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Simple. Number two, you have to be willing to commit for at least 6 months on this journey. If you're not willing to at least do this for 6 months, no matter what type of results you garner, then you are not going to be successful. You're not going to be successful if you cannot commit to 6 months. Here's why 6 months is so important. Because if you commit to this for 6 months, you have a much higher chance of changing the next 45 years of your life. You have a much higher chance of changing the next 45 years of your life. Guys, I'm not telling you this for any other reason, but because I've felt it, I've been through it, I've seen it, I've tasted it, I've lost money. Guys, and I'm going to tell you a story about a big loss I took. It was 2017. It was literally like crypto was a wild, wild west in 2017. Y'all think it's a wild, wild west now, man. In 2017, we couldn't lose. It was the best. It was the best time to be in crypto. And then something happened in the crypto market. There was a huge issue in Korea. Broker and exchange owners were getting arrested. The market just tanked overnight. And I'll never forget one of my friends that I was trading with. I was working in sales. I had a headset on my phone. I'm crushing it in sales. I'm making money over here. I'm making money with crypto. He comes up to me. He says, bro, look at your crypto portfolio. And I pull up my crypto portfolio and I look, and my portfolio is down hard, guys. That day, in that moment, I'm looking at the screen, 6 figures gone. Gone. And I remember thinking to myself, damn, I need to go home. This is the big loss. And I remember I was actually taking my headset off and I was about to log out and tell my manager I'm gone for the day. And I sat up and I stood up, and I'll never forget. I stood up in my cubicle and I was just staring. And I told myself, if I go home right now, it's going to be a problem because now I'm setting a precedence in my mind of how I deal with losses. So what I did was I said, Ali, why do you want to become a millionaire? I asked myself this question very specifically. And the answer was, I want to become a millionaire so that money doesn't control me. And if I leave my job right now and I take the day off, I'm giving money the opportunity to control me. I didn't want that. So I put my headset back on, I ate the loss, and I continued to work. Okay, guys? And that was literally 2017 we're talking about. And then that wasn't the only six-figure loss I suffered. In 2020, man, I got into some meme coins and my crypto portfolio blew up. And I'll never forget, I went to sleep one day. It's like 4 a.m. I was grinding in network marketing, building a fat team, and the team is going crazy. We have crazy momentum left, right, and center, popping ranks. Everything's amazing. People are making money crypto. I wake up, I go to sleep at 4 a.m. I wake up at 9. From the time I slept until I woke up, my crypto portfolio was up $45,000. And I remember I called my dad. I sent him screenshots, FaceTime, this, that, everything. Yeah, I'm on cloud nine. And my wife, my amazing wife, looked at me. She's like, I think you should sell that. And I looked at him like, what are you, stupid? This thing's going to seven figures. Like, this is it. 2 weeks later, portfolio drops down to 80K. Then it bumps up to like 100. I'm like, okay, here we go. We're about to go on the seven-figure run. I cashed out like 30 grand from that run. Guys, that hurt. That hurt. But what did I do? I'm here today because of what I suffered in the past, because I paid the price, because I made the sacrifice. But I'll never let a loss hold me back from the potential of what's possible for me in the future. So step by step, how I pass this challenge. Step one, mindset. I'm not in a sprint, guys. This is a marathon mindset. I want you to type marathon mindset in the chat box right now because this is a marathon mindset. This is a marathon mindset. You're not going to give yourself the opportunity to quit. This is a fact. You can't do it. I refuse to allow any of you to quit this opportunity. Simple. It's a marathon mindset. Number two, you're going to take every trade with proper risk management. You're going to listen to Joel and Brent right now, and they're going to tell you exactly what you need to do to trade with them, to learn how to trade with them, to hop on their live trading sessions, all that good stuff. Okay. So you're going to follow what they're saying, and you're literally going to set rules for yourself, no more than 0.25% per trade. You're not going to over leverage. You're not going to over risk. You're not going to trade alongside TTT. Some of you people, I've seen your accounts, and Joel will call a TapToTrade, and I see you guys are trading alongside with him, taking other trades, boosting your positions. What are we doing? We're not gambling here, guys. We're taking calculated risk to win inside our marathon mindset. Okay. That's number two. You're going to make sure 0.25%, the people who you take trades from TapToTrade, Joel, Abid, John Carlos just hit 10%. Literally today, hit 10% on TTT. Shout out to John Carlos. Okay. Brent sends TapToTrades. And every time Brent sends a TapToTrade, guys, he's securing profits no matter what. He hates taking losses. Take his trades. If you ever see Javed or Maddie send a tap, take it. This is my trading plan. I just told you exactly what I did to pass this challenge. John Carlos, Joel Arias, Abid Mitta, Brent Badal, Javed and Maddie, they're not really calling too much, but when they do, I take them. Okay, guys? The other thing, when Mr. Joel is up 50 pips and he sends that notification now in the Telegram saying, hey, we're up 50 pips. We're up 50 pips. Take a partial. Guys, close a little bit of the position. Take half off. If you're in at 0.25% risk and you're open on a 0.4 lot size, go ahead and close 0.2 of the position and bank some profits for yourself. Or close the trade completely. Manage a trade. Take a little bit of responsibility. I get that someone told you, come here and just click approve and you can win. I did that. That goes into the Akashx community channel, okay? The Akashx Trade Alerts channel, all right? So now that's basically everything. And in terms of live sessions, Rich and Brent, their sessions are incredible. I highly recommend you hop on their sessions. However, Disclaimer. Again, a disclaimer about this whole thing. Past profits do not depict future results. Trading in the financial markets is risky. You can and will lose money. But what I'm going to tell you is when you hop on Rich or Brent sessions, guys, it's fast. It's fast. These are NAS 100 trades. So if you've not hopped on their sessions at all, ever, just create a demo account on trident.com and hop on their sessions and trade with a 5 or 10K demo. Okay? Because NAS moves very differently than gold and Forex crosses. It's extremely volatile. The contract size is very, very different. So I want you guys to understand this is a process. Can we get the links to the live sessions in our WhatsApp group? I'm not sure what that means. But so there's one other thing I want to show you guys is my actual live dashboard for TradeX right now. So this is my 100K account. Guys, I want to tell you something about discipline. I was up literally this dollar amount 3 days ago. Okay. And because I was up almost $2,000, 2% on my account, I didn't take another trade at all from Monday. Not another trade. Because I did not want to lose the fact that I'm in the money. Okay? I want to make it very clear. Because I'm in the money, I stopped trading. I want this in my crypto wallet. I want this in my crypto wallet. Look, it says days since first trade 6. So I can actually go ahead and request my payment right now from TradeX Mastery. But I did not take another trade. This is what you call discipline. Okay? Even though Jan Carlos hit 10%, he did it without me. But guess what? Once I get my withdrawal, I'll resume trading again because I'm not going to fumble this back. Okay? We're not going to fumble anymore. We're going to win and we're going to do it calculated and we're going to do it together. So now on this call, guys, I'm going to request my payout. My amount, what was my amount? I forgot. 15, let me copy this. 1588.55. So we're going to request 1588. What the heck? 1588.55. Payout method, we're going to go crypto. Crypto, we're going to go BTC. We're going to review the payout. We're going to hit proceed. I don't know what that means. This is my first time requesting a payout, so it's in pending. So guys, that's basically everything right there.
Hey, bro.
What's up?
Did you add your Bitcoin wallet?
Maybe I haven't.
Okay, click on payout details. There you go. You have to add it, and then you have to wait 24 hours for it to confirm. So tomorrow at this time, you'll be able to do it.
Well, there you go, guys. You have it. So this is all you have to do is you just have to be disciplined. You have to trust the process and you have to put yourself in a position to win. So guys, this is how I passed my challenge account step by step. I really wanted to hit you guys on some mindset because I've just been seeing in the chat like just so much negativity over like a situation that A, you guys don't have control over. B, you guys are in a position where you are professional signal takers. That's what you guys are, right? Because we're not the experts. We're relying on the experts to give us the information. Okay. So you want to make sure that you do it with grace. Money is energy. Never forget that. And if you're down on your account, guys, go look at your portfolio and see what you did. I see so many people's accounts and they're taking all their trades at different lot sizes, this and that, just 0.25%. Take the position. And guys, trust me, the moment you start to see results, your belief in this industry is going to go like this, and you're automatically going to start referring people to AkashX. You're going to get your 3 and free, and so many amazing things are going to happen. There's a reason, guys, why when I started in this company in April, we had 1,078 members. We put in last month over 10,000 members. We have an amazing community. We're continuing to grow, and it's because of our educators and the ecosystem that we put together. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to bring up our next speaker. And I think it's very important that you hear from him because, I'd say like 90% of the trades that I took to pass my challenge were from him. But you have to understand like his trading strategy. Some people think that they're really good traders, and they might be. They might understand supply and demand, fair value gap, order blocks, and all these things. But when you look at their results, they might not have the ability to show you that they have withdrawals, but they're great at explaining market structure. The reality is Joel is a winner. He wins. And that's what we want. We want people here who win. And there are times, guys, where I don't take Joel's trades. Like if I see the market and I expect a reversal on Wednesday, I'm going to stay out. I'm not going to take any buys that he calls because I understand that Joel is a gold buyer. And the reality is, if you look at gold over a month to month time frame, right, all gold has been doing is buying. So he's not wrong for having a bias of gold buying. But again, you also have to make these decisions on your own. And if someone takes 3, 4 losses in a day, just don't take their trades. You know what I mean? Like it's your choice. You're not forced to take any of these trades. So, guys, I'm so inspired that we have such an incredible community. And I want to go ahead and bring up our next speaker. I respect him so much. You know, he's a 100K affiliate in the company. He just created a 100K affiliate in Peru in Latin America, a fresh one in his team. Like the momentum that he's creating, the lives that he's changing. I mean, his whole family is trading. His sisters passed their challenge, got multiple withdrawals. His team last week had over $70,000 in payouts from TradeX Mastery and various prop firms. So, guys, this works. You just need to remove your ego and stop thinking you understand everything. Just be a student and listen to what we tell you to do. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to me. Do not leave this call. Rich and Brent are going to close this. Rich and Brent and Joel are going to close this thing out. So, guys, give it up for Mr. Joel Arias in the chat box. Guys, light it up for the TTT King, my bro. The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Ali. That was amazing. Congrats on that first withdrawal. Almost tomorrow at this time, you'll be able to withdraw. So make sure to add that BTC address. And I just want everybody to put a $sign in the chat for Ali, because what he just dropped for all of us was mind blowing. You know, it's a great perspective, and it's always good to hear from people that have results. Okay. And so thank you so much, Ali, for the support that you do to Akashits that you don't have to do. And here is the amazing thing about him. He does this without expecting payment because he knows God will pay him back. And that's why he passed his account, and that's why he just requested a withdrawal, because God is also putting the work, because Ali has already put the work. And so he's an amazing human being, and you guys know that. Now, before I start the call, I wanted to share my screen really quick because I'm actually very strict, and you guys know that. I'm very passionate, and I give it all to what I do here in Akasha. It's calling TapToTrades, doing the live sessions, doing the education. I take it serious. And I just want to show you guys something really quick. Before, always we have a disclaimer, guys, past profits do not guarantee future profits. But I want you guys to see this right now. I'm sharing with you my WhatsApp chat. I'm sharing with you my community in Spanish. And I'm going to put a big parenthesis here, because I know people are going to ask, Joel, make me join that community. No, you don't need to. I don't do any special crap here. I don't send extra signals. I don't send any extra whatever, because why? The whole purpose you're paying Akashits is that you get everything in Akashits, okay? But I do have this chat similar to the one Ali has about the testimonies that we get from TradeX Mastery. And so I just want you guys to see really quick while I'm scrolling up here. Somebody today withdrew $2,400 from TradeX Mastery. And I made everybody put goals. Everybody put goals. And so this person has made $8,000, 600 of a $50,000 goal that they have. This person has made 3,600 from a $10,000 goal that he has, and so on. If I keep scrolling up, look at this person over here. He has withdrawn over $40,000 of a $50,000 goal that he has only on TradeX Mastery. I do not recommend any other prop firm. I do not work with any other prop firm. TradeX Mastery has made it possible for all of us, not just my community, but as you guys can see, Ali, and I know other communities in Robert Hollis' team, Laura's team, everybody in Akashas has the same potential. And I just want to show you one more thing before we jump into the training. I'm going to show you guys a chat with my designer, and she helps me make, the flyers that we always post every week. And I like to always collect the total amount of money that the community has withdrawn. Okay. And since this month of February, guys, let me see if I can find the flyers. I think this is the first one. Since this month of February, if this allows me to, of course, share it because it's not letting me, I think. The community, now it's not going to let me, but this right here, this was 2 weeks ago. They withdrew $69,000 and so anyways, the total amount of withdrawals from the community has been $190,000 so far. And I know we're gonna cross the $200,000 mark at the end of this month. So if a community is withdrawing that much, why is it not possible for others to do so? It's because they don't understand the rules of the game. And so that's why I'm coming here today to tell you the rules of the game. It's not just about pressing a button. Because even in the casino, and I want you guys to understand this, even when you go to the casino, the people that make the most money in casinos, they have a strategy. They press a button, yes, or they play a card, which doesn't take much, but they have a strategy. There's two sides on the coin. One, the person that's lucky, and yes, you can get lucky by just approving trades. And you can get lucky by pressing the handle or pressing a button in a casino. You can get lucky. And two, the person that pressed the button and has a strategy. So that's the two sides of the coin. And that's why I wanted to show you this presentation right here. All right. And I want everybody to, like Elise says, put their phones on do not disturb, take notes, because we're going to take this to the next level. My goal here is not only for my Spanish community to withdraw $200,000 a month. My goal here is that every community, because I don't give any special crap to anybody, I treat everybody the same. My goal here is that everybody will be able to withdraw and pass their challenges. Okay. Ariel, right now in the chat, he said, in the month of February, I made $11,000 doing the right thing. He is from the community. He has withdrawn $11,000. And so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to share my screen, but I'm not sure if this is going to look pretty. So let me know. Can you guys see this? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. All right. So there's a couple things you need to know about me and my strategy when it comes to trading gold and trading TapToTrades, okay? And I'm just going to go really fast on this presentation because I have another one that it's mainly for TapToTrade. But so that you guys know a little bit about me, I focus on three things when it comes to my strategy, when it comes to TapToTrade. Number one, structure and patterns. All I do, guys, is check for the market to speak to me because you guys have heard this before. For me, trading is a language, right? Trading is a language, and you can learn a language either through academic or through the streets. Okay. This is just a concept I like to share every single time. Guys, do not ask questions right now. This is not paying attention. Do not ask any questions. Just pay attention. We'll have time for a little bit after that. Okay. And so the first thing is structure and patterns because the market, the way that it speaks, the way that English or Spanish or Chinese or whatever works is they have verbs, pronouns, conjugation, blah, 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 right? That's what you learn in the academic way. And so the way that the market speaks or the way that trading speak is through patterns, market patterns, you know. It's not necessarily an indicator because there's no magic indicator. It's through patterns. What patterns? The W, the cup and handle, double top, head and shoulders, embedded head and shoulders. Who else can tell me something in the chat about patterns? What patterns have you guys learned from me? I'm going to open the chat really quick just for that. The M pattern, right? We got the ascendo triangle, the descendo triangle. What did we learn last week? the week of accumulation phase, right? So all of these patterns that you guys are mentioning right now, like the rock pattern, all of this that you're seeing on the screen right now, is how the market speaks to you. That's the verbs, the pronouns, the conjugations, and the academic way that the market speaks to you. It's not an indicator, it's market structure. Okay, the teacup, very well. So that's how the market speaks to you. And that's how I trade. I trade based on that. And that's why I'm able to send so many tap to trades, because I see the structure, I see a pattern, boom. I don't take any seconds double thinking what the market is saying, because when you're learning a language, and I want you guys to think about this, when you're learning a language, you take some time translating in your head before you speak it, right? When I was learning English, it was not difficult. It was just taking longer because I was translating every single word in my head so that when I speak it, it makes sense. Right now, I don't have to do that because I learned the language. And that's the same with trading. When we're starting to trade, we see the translation in our head and we take so long to take a decision when we talk. Okay. And so that's the same way with trading right now. Now, the second part, guys, that I wanted to tell you is that I like to focus on one thing. That's the reason that, I have the success I have, because I like to focus on gold when we're trading on tap to trade. And I like to focus on buys. And this is not the ultimate viable way to do it, because there's no one right thing to do trading. There's so many styles that they work, but this is the one that worked for me and that worked for a lot of people as well. Okay, guys, again, nothing in the chat. What time frame? That's not the right time to ask these questions. Okay. Now, when we focus on one thing at a time, we give it all. We give it all the attention. We give our best to become a professional to that. And there is a rule that says that you need 10,000 hours to become a professional in anything, whether that is network marketing, whether that is trading, whether that is being a doctor, whether that is blah, 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 XYZ. It's going to take you at least 10,000 hours to become a professional. And so if you want to become a professional, why are you jumping between this asset and the other asset and the other asset and just back and forth within multiple things? And so that's my theory. That's my theory. And that's why for the past 3 years or more, I've been trading only gold when it comes to trading Forex. Okay. And so I was able to focus on one thing and one direction only as well. Because when I'm focusing on one direction, I'm only going to find those setups, and I'm not going to let my mind get confused about anything else. Okay. And then number 3, get to know your asset. This is very important. And when it comes to focusing on one thing, you gotta find the asset and you gotta get to know the asset, because gold moves way different than NAS. And I don't know NAS. NAS is crazy, and Brent has mastered NAS because guess what? He has spent more than 10,000 hours focusing on that asset, right? If I come here tomorrow and I start trading NAS, I can guarantee it's going to be a struggle for me at the moment while I try to master it for 10,000 hours, right? And so when you get to know your asset, you get to know how it moves, when it moves, what kind of movements or patterns you can see. And that's why, guys, this strategy is very simple per se. It's all based on 2 things: speaking the language and focusing on one thing at a time. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about our tap to trade. All right. I'm going to present this right now. Okay. And so with the tap to trade, guys, I have some bullet points. I'm not going to call them rules because they're not rules. There's just bullet points for you to think and take action. Okay. So within the plan, you can risk either 0.5% or 0.15. All right. And I'm going to go over that in a second in the next slide. Max 2 loss per session is recommended. All right. Again, it's not a rule because it's going to depend on your percentage risk, but it's a recommendation that you consider stopping after 2 losses per session. What is the session? Who can tell me in the chat? What's the session? what are the trading sessions we see throughout the day? New York, Asia, London, Sydney, right? So those are the sessions that we encounter on our trading journey. If you don't know what this means, that's okay. You can, I'll recommend you a website later on in my sessions. But these are just pretty much when the banks are open in certain areas or continents. Okay. All right. So that's the number two bullet point. The number three, and I think the most important one for me is hold the trade. Ali just talked about when I send the notification about 50 pips, and I'm getting a lot of messages about that. That's just again a plan if that's your plan. All right. But for me, guys, I like to hold the trade. And that's the most important part that I teach to you guys. You got to find what works for you. And Ali explained that that's what it worked for him. But if you are closing it in negative, like if let's say the trade went down 20, 30, 50, 60, 70 pips, and you just let your anxiety and emotions work you in, and you press close, that's what I mean by hold the trade. Guys, you already know what you're risking. Why will you close it before on a loss? Okay. There's no reason why you should close it on a loss if it doesn't hit stop loss. Okay. So hold the trade. That's the most important one because you close it, and the moment you close it, the trade's gonna go up. That's how funny trading works. When you close the trade goes up. And then you're like, man, why did I close it? I'm gonna open it again. And then you open that one and it reverses. And so it's just not good for your mindset when it comes to trading. Okay. All right. So the next bullet point is it's also very important. And it's something that Ali said. Unlearn to learn something new. There are many, many different strategies in the trading world. And I've seen very successful people trade with no stop loss. I've seen very successful people trading with a higher lot. I've seen many successful people trading normal, like they put the stop loss and TP. I've seen many successful traders making money by doing something that nobody else is doing. And everything works, right? But with me, guys, I'm doing something completely different that no other academy educator does. A lot of you are used to the 1-to-1 ratio or the 1-to-2, 1-to-3, 1-to-4 ratio. Those are great things. But I don't really focus on that. And a lot of people go crazy when they don't see that. And here's the thing. You got to unlearn to learn something new. You got to unlearn to learn something new. And that's what I'm teaching you today. Okay. And that's what we teach you on our sessions. All right. The next bullet point is winning mentality. You have to have a winning mentality. I saw a lot of comments in the chat saying, I think I forgot it, like, unfortunately, or, oh, this is sad, or yada, yada, yada. If you keep those comments in your head when you're taking tap to trades, you're attracting the loss, you're attracting the sadness, you're attracting everything negative that you're saying. But if you have a winning mentality, you will always win. And that's my mentality, guys. When we have a moment, a week, couple days that we lose some trades, I don't get sad. I don't get angry. I just don't care because my mentality is in winning. We will always win. And that's my mentality. And that's why I like you to have a winning mentality. How do you do that? That's very personal. You got to work on that on your own. You got to read some books, talk to your upline about some recommendations as well. Maybe there's some things that you need to remove from your life. Ali was saying that. Maybe you need to set aside some time to study or stop hanging out with your friends that are really not bringing you any value. They're only taking value from you. Okay. And so there's a lot of things you can do to get a winning mentality. All right. But do it. And then last but not least, just TTR. This is a new concept we are doing in our group, in my group, in the Spanish group. Just TTR, tap to relax. You know, a lot of people do tap to trade and get stressed. A lot of people are tap to trade and get stressed because they tap and they stay on their phone for like 2 hours. Oh no, gold is dropping. Oh no, gold is going up. Yay, I made $50. Yay, I lost 10. So a lot of people are tapped to trade to get stress. That's a long term. But right now we're implementing TTR, tap to relax. If you're already approved, just move on. If you're already approved, keep on life, right? If you're already approved, you already know your risk. You already TTR. All right. So tap to relax, guys. That's the overall concept of every bullet point that I just pointed out. Okay. Last but not least, I have my TTT plan stats. This is a little bit unupdated because right now we are close to 70% total in tap to trade right now. And these percentages, guys, just know that they're based on current data. Not promise. We're not a company that sell you a 5% per month promise. This is not a bank. This is not a pyramid scheme because it's either a bank, the one that, promises you a percentage, or it's a pyramid scheme. I don't see a difference between both of them, right? But this is a cautious. A cautious is showing you real data based on current results, okay? But that doesn't guarantee future results. And so right now we're 70%, but we're gonna do it as if we were 50%. This is just an example. If you're trading tap to trade with the real account, 1% risk per trade is not crazy. In fact, I recommend it. If you're trading with the real money, not funded money, no, real money, your pocket money, cash account, like Ali said, you can trade with the 1% risk. If you wouldn't take in every single tap to trade that I call at the 50% level, you would have made 50% of your investment, right? But we know it's impossible to take every single tap to trade unless you're awake 24/7, or unless you live in Utah and you can take all of my trades in my time zone. All right. But we know it's impossible. All right. Now, why did I put this table over here? So that you guys can see the potential, but you also see the reality, right? Because there are some days that we will have 7, 10 losses, like yesterday and the day before. There are some days that we're going to lose 7, 10 losses, not necessarily in a row, but in the day. For example, London, we will lose 2 or 3. New York, we will lose 2 or 3. Asia, we will lose. So there are some times that we're going to experience 7 losses strike. And that means if you're risking 1%, you will lose 7%. So is that a good idea for a funded account? How much are you allowed to lose in a day on TradeX Mastery? 5%, right? And so a lot of you think that, yeah, I can trade with 1% and pass my challenge in a day, 2, 3, because Joel is crazy and he's on a fire mode. Yes, but that's the lucky part. That's when you go to a casino and just press a button. Okay? So don't do that, because when we go south, when we hit some losses, then you're going to be the first one to lose that account in 3 hours. All right. So no 1% unless it's a cash account. All right. Now let's talk about 0.5. If you would have risked 0.5% per trade and you would have taken all the trades, you would have made 25% of your account. Again, not everybody can take all the trades. All right. But if you encounter a 7 losses streak, that means you would have lost 3.5% of your account. That's within the 5% limit. Now, what's the strategy here? if you're taking 0.5% trades, you need to set a daily max limit of 2 trades because this is a higher percentage. All right. This is a higher percentage risk. And so if you're trading at 0.5, set a limit. Your limit shouldn't be 7 losses. Your limit should be less than that. Okay. All right. Because you would have lost 3.5% even if you lost 7 trades in a row. That's nothing. That is something that you can recover. And when we win, we experience 10, 15, 20 winning trades in a row when we are on a winning streak. And so again, 3.5%, it's not a lot on a loss. Okay. But this is still good because it keeps you within the challenge. Now, this is only for people that are willing to risk that. If you're a brand new person, if you've never done trading, don't do it because you're going to hurt your mentality. Okay. Now, the next thing is 0.25. And I'm really glad they put 0.25 as a default on TapToTrade because even with the 0.25, if you took all the trades, you would have made 12.5% with the 50%, right? That means you would have passed phase 1 and almost phase 2, right? And if we lose 7 trades in a row, that's only 1.75% loss. That is absolutely nothing. That is absolutely nothing in the trading world. When you lose 1.5% or so, that's nothing. That's something small. It's big for you because you weren't prepared to manage big money. You've never had so much money. You never saw so much money. And so that's why it can be difficult for a person. But if we're talking about the trading world, this is nothing. Okay. And so with the 0.25, it's doable and you can take all the trades, but just know that if we encounter losses, it's going to be a 7-loss streak. And again, that's something you're risking, but it's not crazy. Now, if you're a brand new person, if you are not a big risker, this is something that you're planning to do for the next 3 years on a slow pace, then just do 0.15% per risk per trade. That means you will make 7.8% in 2 months-ish. You will only lose 1% if we encounter a losing strike. There's no risk on that if you're taking things slow, right? But again, what is the most important thing over here? Once you pick a percentage, stick to that percentage when you're taking my TapToTrades. Because if you start here and then next week you go here and then next week you go back here to 25 and then next week you go back to 50, your account is gonna just look crazy. And then that's when the games start playing your head. And so don't bounce around. Stick to the percentage once you pick it. Most people in my team only do 0.25 per trade. And that's the secret sauce to TapToTrade, guys. The secret sauce is to stick to the percentage and to TTR. TTR, stick to the percentage. And if we have some time, I'm going to actually ask if I'm allowed to do this. But I invited someone from my team that speaks English. She lives in Canada, but she's from Uruguay. And I would like for her to come on board. And yeah, Beto, if you can raise your hand on the chat so that Ali will give you the panelists. Guys, I want you guys to hear from her testimony. She, if I'm not wrong, and maybe she'll tell us in a minute, she has withdrew over $22,000 from her TradeX account. And I want everybody to put a 7 in the chat because she just, what's it called? Beat cancer. She just beat cancer yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yep.
She just freaking beat cancer. She has been with me for a little bit, I think a year. And in this past 4 months, it has been crazy for her, but crazy enough that she was able to hold her trading account, 200K account, and now is able to withdraw from it. So tell us a little bit about how or why have you been able to make $22,000? And is there any secret you can share?
It was actually, I'm close to 27,000 as
Okay,
of
so
right
I'm
now.
wrong. It's not
Yeah,
22.
good way. You're wrong in a good way. Um, well, I started with a couple things. When I started trading, I started with 0.10%. I went with that percentage for about 2 months and I didn't change it. It was all my trades was 0.10. And that was for me to mentally prepare to see the losses and the wins, so I wouldn't get shocked with bigger numbers. Once I was comfortable with those losses, I did increase my percentage to each trade to 0.25, and I have not moved from there. I do not change my percentage at all, and I always change trade with the same percentage. The other thing I do is I only take Joel's trades. I don't take anybody else's trades. It's not because I don't, it's it's just a preference that I do. Um, so I only take Joel's trades. Um, I never close a tap to trade. I always leave it open. It's either stop loss or TP or until Joel closes it. I said it in our chat the other day. It's TTTT, tap to trade trust, or trust tap to trade, because I'm trusting Joel and he knows way more than I do. So I don't freak out when we lose any tap to trades. I actually stay off the chat, um, because it's good for my mental health. And I when I take a tap to trade, I know we can lose it. And if we lose a couple in a row, oh well, we've also won a lot in a row. And the proof is in the pudding, $27,000
That's
since
crazy.
December, late
It's
December.
December. Holy crap.
December 17th was my first withdrawal. So, yeah, the other thing I do is if I have $1,000 to withdraw, I withdraw it and I don't trade until I get the money back in my wallet, and then I'll go back. So I don't risk any profit either.
So
Um,
you did exactly what Ali was saying, once he hit his goal, which your goal is 1,000 profit, boom, take it out because
yep.
it's something, good. Now, I'm gonna ask you two questions. One, in this month of February, how much did you withdraw? Or
Let me.
have you withdraw because I know we still got a couple days.
Uh, so on week one, I withdrew. Oh, in total, I withdrew $11,000, eleven
So
five
this
hundred.
month of
For this
February.
month. Yeah. My goal for this month was 9,500.
Wow, so you went over your goal.
I went
Okay.
over my goal.
And then last question that I know a lot of people have is, do you take all my tap to trades or do you just take the trades you're able to take? Or I guess that's the same thing, but
I only take your tap to trades when I'm up, when I'm awake. So when I go to sleep at like 9, I will turn off my notifications, and then when I wake up, I will continue taking them. So I usually miss the last portion of Asia and the last and London.
okay. So again, like she just takes what she's able to take because a lot of
Yeah.
people stay late so that they can take the London. No, you don't need to do that, right? You just take what you're able to take.
Yeah. But with these days where I can't sleep half the time, I'm taking most of the trades.
Okay. Well, you have an excuse.
Damn chemo.
Okay. And
But
then last thing, like what is your family feedback on this? Do they
oh,
know?
my husband, I've been trying to learn how to trade for a couple years now, and I just never had success with it. And I just told my husband I just bought an account, and he was just like, okay, whatever. Like he didn't believe me. And then I started withdrawing. $500, $500, $500, and then when I increased the what's it called? the percentage on each trade, and I was able to take out 1,000, and then another 1,000, and then another. He was just mind blowing, and our goal is to get him out of concrete by the end of the year. Thanks to TapToTrade, thanks to you, thanks to Akashics, thanks to TradeX Mastery. Yeah, because
Okay.
you
Well,
can't believe it.
this is awesome. I know we're gonna get your husband out of concrete and he's gonna be tapping as well.
Yep,
He's gonna
yep,
be PTT and TTR
yep.
pretty soon.
And thanks to all this, we're going on a fuck you cancer trip in August. And it was supposed to be my husband and I, but thanks to Tap to Trade, we're able to afford to take our kids. So we're all going on the fuck you cancer trip.
There we go. FU cancer trip. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know Veronica's next goal is 50,000. She's now 27. So I want everybody in the chat to type FU cancer and to also type 50K. 50K FU cancer. Right? 50K FU cancer because 50K, $50,000 is her next goal. And so we're gonna have another call of this maybe in like a month or two, and we're gonna see her progress as well. But thank you so much, Veronica, for accepting this at a short notice. And I mean, it's amazing to have you in this community.
Anytime. Thank you for having me on. Good luck, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Vero.
Bye.
All right, well, I'm gonna take this back to Ali because my part is done. And the reason I brought Veronica to this call is so that you guys know that it is possible. Like it doesn't matter your situation, doesn't matter if you have cancer, if you work 12, 15 hours a day, it doesn't really matter your situation. Everything is here. If you have a winning mentality and you never give up, you will get it. So I'll take it back to you. Thank you so much, brother.
Wow, that was absolutely amazing, Joel. Thank you so much for that. Guys, please give it up in the chat box, not just for, you know, what Vero just did. I mean, that was absolutely mind-blowing and beautiful to just hear that inspirational story of what's possible. Obviously, if you believe in yourself, God bless you. I can't wait to meet you in person, and to learn a little bit more about you and your family, the journey that you've been on. And I think, a lot of times people don't realize that trading has saved many people, like from emotional ailments, physical ailments. Like trading is a thing that you can just like once you fall in love with trading, it really does change everything about your life. It makes you more patient with your kids. If you have kids, I've heard many of my friends say that the trading journey has made them a better father, a better husband. You know, you learn patience, you learn how to, really control your emotions and things of that nature. So, guys, we do have one more speaker here. And look, you guys asked a lot of questions that Joel had already answered. But Joel, there's a question that a lot of people ask on here, bro, and
Okay.
I want you to add some clarity. People keep asking you about the two trade losing rule. Um, I saw that question come up like a few times. So I don't know if someone wants to ask that question again because there's so many messages in the chat. I can't
Yeah.
find it anymore.
So the two losses, it's more focused if you are taking a higher percentage risk of 0.5%.
Okay.
So you set a two max loss per session if you're doing that. If not, guys, then that's honestly a personal preference. But like Beto, a lot of people were asking, Beto, do you stick to the two losses? She doesn't. She just takes, all the type of trades she's able to take with the right percentage and just let them ride. Is that correct, Beto?
Yeah, because basically she's just taking it at a 0.25% risk like I did, right? And the numbers that Joel showed about doing 12.5% over 2 months is very accurate because my phase one took me about like 28 trading days or 34 trading days. My phase two took me like 29 or 31. So that's just about, 2 months. So guys, the data that we showed you here was very accurate and made a lot of sense to me. And it's actually been my trading plan. So again, thank you, Joel. I really appreciate you, bro. You're an incredible part of our ecosystem. Guys, give it up for Joel and Vero. That was amazing. We got one more speaker here who's going to come in and close this thing out for us. Okay, guys. Now, the reason why I wanted Brent to hop on this webinar is because there's a whole heck of a lot of people in Akashex who are passing their challenge accounts with Nas 100 with Rich, with Brent. And guys, I think I want to kind of do these calls like at least once or twice a month. I think it's kind of fun. We can all kind of talk about our wins and losses together. And, I mean, what they're doing with the NAS 100 system is amazing. Amazing. Like I have people who only hop on their sessions. They don't do anything else. Just like how Vero does nothing but Joel. There are some people who do nothing but Brent, nothing but Rich, nothing but the both of them. And some people do a combination of both. So starting next week, I'm going to be bringing in to my strategy, Rich and Brent, because I see so many people. I've hopped on their sessions. And look, I was actually getting ready to start the other day. But as soon as I hopped on Brent's session in the morning, like literally the second I hopped on the Zoom, I had a very big affiliate that I've been trying to close for a long time call me. So I had to take that call. But next time, do not disturb. I'm going to be on his session all the way. But yeah, I really want to factor that in because, guys, I've made excellent money trading US 30 and NAS 100. That's actually what I used to trade when I was trading, especially US 30. That was my baby market open. I would wait after the first 15-minute candle will close. Then I'd find the real move, and it was the best. And the good thing about NASDAQ and US 30. These are things that we can trade on futures markets, and we'll get into all that kind of stuff in a little bit. But Brent, bro, let's close this thing out. You shut down the webinar, bro. The floor is yours. Thank you for everything you do for our community, guys. Light it up in the chat box for Mr. Brent Nadal.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Appreciate it. What's up, fam? How's everybody doing today? Love the energy. Thank you, Joel. Amazing piece of you doing everything that you've been doing, bro. It's been a pleasure to rock with you for the last few years and be able to do those stories because that's really what matters, guys. It's the stories that we create. I always say that you never see really Joel and I sharing what we make. Who cares what we make at the end of the day? It's what we're actually doing, what the community is doing is what matters. And that's an amazing story that you showed, Vera. So, for those that do know me, because I do see a lot of familiar names here, I see a lot of people. You guys know that I just created something, a little call, a little something something that's been helping a lot of people. And it starts with what? It starts with an R and it ends with a T. So I'm talking about RST. There you go. See, the chat's already going at it with the RST. Now, here's the thing. I've been in Akashics for over 2 years now. And I have been saying for the longest, guys, follow my trading plan. Follow my trading plan. And guess what? Nobody was following Brent's trading plan. But then next thing you know, RST, boom. And now we have TTR. That's what I'm talking about. So RST, for those that do not know what this is, what you need to do is go into Akashics. Because remember, guys, here's one thing I want to say really quick. And I've said this so many times. And I'm the one, guys, to where I'm that friend. If you have a real friend is not going to tell you, hey, man, that shirt doesn't look good on you. They're going to tell you, yo, that shirt, you look like I love you, bro, right? They're going to tell you how it is. That's what a real friend is. So I'm telling you how it is right now, too. You guys are paying for Akashics, which if you're paying, shame on you. You shouldn't because it's 3 and free. I'm telling you guys how it is. But if you are paying for Akashics, you are paying for Akashics. So guess what? You have an app and you have a website. And you go to that app and that website. And guess what? You have everything, including an academy and an educator training series. In that educator training series, you see beautiful educators' faces there, which you could click on and you can watch videos. So if you don't know what RST is, you need to go to my educator training series and watch the video that's titled RST. My journey in trading, when I was able to go full time, was thanks to prop firms. And guess what? There was a moment in my journey where all I was focusing, I was trading. I was locked in my office. Nobody talked to me. I wouldn't leave the house. I wasn't building. I wasn't doing nothing. I was being selfish. So that's the right word to say it. I was being selfish and I was just trading by myself. That prop firm that was at that day existed, which doesn't exist anymore. What they had was a max funded, and they give you a little certificate, and the max you could get funded was $1 million. I had 9 100K accounts because that's what you could get. The max you could buy is a 100K account. I had 9 of those. I was 10,000 away, so maybe 2 days away from getting max funded, and then they disappeared, right? So the good thing is here we have actual some good stuff, right? But what I go to that is that this strategy, RST, is what allowed me to make sure that I was passing my prop firm. So of course, past doesn't promise future. We already know that. There's a disclaimer there. I'm not promising you nothing. But what I'm promising you is that if you follow RST, you're going to take 20 negative days in a row to lose your account. 20 negative days in a row. Knock on wood, that hasn't happened. I haven't seen Joel go 20 days in a row. Not saying that it could, but again, knock on wood. I know disclaimers. I haven't gone 20 days in a row. Knock on wood. I haven't seen nobody in the last 2 years here in Akashics go 20 days in a row negative. Yes, we might have a negative trade or two. We might even have a negative day. It happens. It happens, guys. I'll put it to you this way. At any point, guys, if you are feeling like it's just not working and this and that, blah, 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 please go ahead and go walk to the closest mirror. And if you don't have one, grab this. Grab your phone, turn the camera on, and look at your face. Got to accept it as it is, guys. I'm telling you as a friend right now, if you want to, I could just pretend. I could say, it's okay, guys. It's okay. It's fine. So do you want me to say it as it is or no? Do you want me to say it as it is, yes or no? Drop me a 1 if you want me to say it as it is. If you want me to sugarcoat things and just lie to you, drop me a 2. And we could end this really quick right now. Okay, 1. So I'm going to keep on going then. I want to make sure I have your permission, right? Beautiful. So we're going to keep on going as it is. So you need to understand. And I just asked literally, I asked Ali this guy. So I'm going to put Ali if he's still there and if not Joel, right? So if Ali or Joel is here, you guys, Ali popped up. Perfect, Ali. Ali, do you know how to ride, or either of you guys, do you know how to ride a bicycle? A bicycle.
Yeah,
Do you know how to ride a motorcycle?
kinda.
But why not? Like confidently. You said kinda. You didn't say confidently.
Because I
Why
haven't,
not? It
haven't
has two
done it a
wheels,
lot.
right? It has 2 wheels. The bicycle has 2 wheels, and the motorcycle has 2 wheels. Doesn't the bicycle have handlebars? 2 handlebars, right? And the motorcycle does, right? So why is it that you and Akashics are coming in and immediately saying, "Oh, I can pass this challenge, no problem, because I'm just going to tap this button and I'm going to be done." You're coming in as, I know how to pedal on my bicycle, but oh, I can ride a bike, no problem. That's not how it works, guys. It's all about analogies. If you ride a bicycle, would you tell me right now in the chat, if you know how to ride a bicycle, but not a motorcycle, would you jump on a motorcycle right now on a highway and drive 100 miles per hour? Because that's what you're doing. When you're
YOLO.
coming in day one and you're over leveraging and you're trading like crazy and you're not following a risk plan. When I learned how to ride a motorcycle, so, okay, what's this button here? What does this button do here? What does this do here? I started figuring things out. I had to do a test. Well, I lived in Mexico, so I don't have to do that first, right? But when I came to the States and I got my license, I had to do a test. I had to learn stuff. I had to pass the test. And then I was able to get a license and drive my motorcycle very fast, right? It's the same situation. It's analogies, guys. So before you're going in immediately, congratulations, you're in Akashics. What's the first thing you need to do? You need to go to akashicslaunch.com and go through the first 48 hours. And you know what happens to me all the time, guys? And I call you out in a second. When I say, go to akashiclaunch.com, watch the videos, and you come back to me in 15 minutes and you say, I'm done, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. Just 2 of those videos are 30 minutes apiece. How is it that you're done with akashiclaunch.com? When there's a whole 48-hour process to it, how are you going to tell me you're done? You can't continue to try to rush success. Yes, I said this in the chats too. 99% is what we do as educators. 1% is you. But in this trading world, that 1% is worth so much, guys. Joka can continue sending crazy TapToTrades. I could do my nasty. You guys already know that. We get nasty with NAS. You know that on the live sessions, those that have been on there, you know what we do. We get on there and we crush that market. Past and promise future, you guys already know. But you know what we do. You know when you put Rich and myself, you put the NAS bros together, you already know what's happening. I don't have to say it. For a reason, you guys have titled the sessions Money in the Morning. I didn't say it. You guys have been saying because this is what we do. Again, if you joined Akashics for TapToTrade, congratulations. There's still more. Go into the academies and just learn something that I've said forever, guys. And I've said this for the longest, and this is going to hurt your feelings, but it's for the better, okay? When you are learning how to take a TapToTrade, copy paste the trade alert, copy paste the live trade, even make a withdrawal, guess what? You're still not a trader. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Like Alisa, I think it's Ali or Joel said, direct professional copy trader. That's what you are, right? And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, guys. But understand that when I say this, the reason behind it is that there's no reason why you should put a stress to yourself and be like, oh my God, I just being a trader is so hard. There's no way I have time to be a trader. I'm just not going to be able to do this. Hold on a second. I'm just telling you to go to akashiclaunch.com and watch some videos. I'm telling you to go to Joel's educator training series and watch the video of what he literally just showed us. How? So you can learn how to copy and paste correctly. That's the biggest thing, guys. That's the biggest thing. You need to relieve that stress that you're putting yourself for no reason and just learn how to correctly copy and paste. Just because you're on a bike now with TapToTrade doesn't mean you're ready to jump on a motorcycle and hit first place. You need to learn how to copy and paste first and then move into it. And again, you're going to have it. I love TapToTrade, and this is why I've said it all the time. TapToTrade to me is beautiful because it's just a gateway. It's a gateway drug, right? It's beautiful. What do I mean by that? Because you don't have time to trade. But then you take a TapToTrade and you're like, man, this is cool. Like I just won a trade, I lost a trade, won a trade. Okay, cool. I'm up. I just made a withdrawal. You hear amazing stories like with Vero, or she's just TapToTrading. Amazing, guys. But guess what? Now suddenly you start having time. You have time to learn how to take a trade alert. You have time how to learn how to jump into a live trade. And now you're actually seeing like, oh, damn, this is what I'm paying for? It's crazy, guys. You need to make sure you just relieve the excuses and take the time to jump into a live session. Mine, beautiful. Riches too, of course. If you don't want to, it's okay. Even to Joel's, to anybody. There's over 15 plus educators, guys. Jump into a live session. If you have time to jump onto TikTok for 2 hours, you have time to jump into even half of a live session, guys. Come on now. Just half of a live session, jump in there. We have educator trainings here how to copy and paste. You guys can copy and paste. You guys know trading is the easiest, most difficult thing to do. You literally tap one button, you press, hold, copy, paste. Like, guys, it's the easiest, most difficult thing to do. Why is it difficult? Because it's the mentality side of things, the psychological side of things. 100%. Now, lastly, what I'm going to close out here really quick, because obviously I'm telling you guys see in the chat, I don't need to say it. You guys already saw in the chat, RSTs, RSTs, RSTs. You guys saw that. You know what I'm doing in the morning. So we're not going to go too much crazy on that. I'm not going to take more than 2 minutes right now, and we're going to go on with our day, okay? The last thing that I'm going to close out with, guys, of course, you know what you have. Trade alerts, live sessions, TapToTrades, everything, scanners. Tap into the live sessions. You are not going to regret it 100%. Worst case, you're going to have fun. You're going to feel good, even if you don't take a trade. Literally, people go in there and be like, man, I didn't even take a trade, but I had an amazing time. You're paying for it. At least be entertained. Allow us to entertain you at least, right? Now, the biggest thing that I've said is my mindset. What's really allowed me to get to the next level where I am now, and I'm not even done yet to where I need to be at, but get to me to this position is because of mindset. Before I didn't believe in that. But now I do. These last 2 years have been so strong into the mindset side that it's actually made me a better trader, a better parent, better father, a better husband, everything. It's just so important on the mindset as a whole. Because as I mentioned, trading is the easiest, most difficult thing to do, right? If you're messed up over here with something happening, it's going to reflect on your charts. So you need to fix your mindset everywhere, not just on the charts. Thank you, Michelle. Mindset Mondays. So as you can see, there's community here that actually know what they're doing. So I have Mindset Mondays on my YouTube channel. You can watch it. I definitely recommend you to watch the last one because what I spoke about is the journey of the traders, right? In trading, at the beginning, you're going to learn a bunch. But guess what? You're going to lose a bunch and it doesn't make sense. This is called the cemetery of traders. Go to the session and watch that, right? Where I'm talking about you're learning so much, but you're losing and it doesn't make sense. But if you persist and you refuse to give up, it's going to transform that experience to where eventually you're going to consistently going to start winning at that point. Early on, traders are going to observe a bunch of information, but they have early losses, right? Those losses are not failures, guys. They're just necessary stepping stones. You have to go through them. Each loss that you take is actually going to be something valuable. It's painful, but you need to go through that time because persistence is critical, guys. It's about moving through that phase of consistently learning, which is actually losing, but learning to that persistent side of improving the mindset, which leads to more wins. There's going to be challenges that you're going to have, fear, frustration, self-doubt, everything. Forget about that. Just know what's going to happen, accept it, and move on. Every trader through this journey goes through what's called hardship. You want to embrace the challenge of passing your challenge, right? You want to pass your platform challenge. Guess what? For that challenge, you have to build resilience. And that comes through mindset. That doesn't even come on the charts, guys. In that call, I talk about the 3 sets, how to solidify your mindset. I'm not going to talk about it now. Just go watch it over there, guys. And just remember, guys, early losses are part of the journey. It's going to happen. Understand that part. Remind yourself that being persistent will eventually lead to more wins. Right now, I know more than one person here. You see on a live session, Trade Alert, everybody wins, but you lost. What the hell? How did that happen? It's part of the journey, guys. You have to go through it, okay? Eventually, you'll go through this and it'll diminish. Remember, every trader who makes it out of the cemetery, right, of the traders, because they didn't give up. You can't give up. Your breakthrough is on the other side of persistence. Remember that persistence, resilience, okay? And lastly, embrace the journey because every loss is an investment to your future success. I'll say that one more time for the ones in the back. Embrace your journey because every loss is an investment to your future success. Thank you guys for your time again, Brent Bedell. And as always, it's not about getting to the top, but it's about how many people you could bring with, catching the live session trailers, everything. See you next time, guys. Peace.